So you can see the old arrays are down. I've got them on the outhouse roofs, just sitting there, the antennas, and we've got everything in bits. So it's maintenance time here at the shack. Right, I'm just in the midst of testing out this elevation motor. It's an AC motor, and that's one direction. Seems to be running okay. And let's try the other direction. So yeah, we seem to be all good there. So yeah, I've got the old rotator stripped. Had a little bit of a problem. The elevation side of the antenna gearbox stuck. So it's done it before actually. This rotator system's coming up to 20 years old, so it does need maintenance every now and again. I was quite surprised just how intact the bearing housing was. This time I stripped it down. It's usually worse than that, so I'm going to re-lubricate that. But first of all, I've got a problem, and I'm just going to strip down this gear housing unit, which I've already started to do. So it's looking okay. There's no sign of any serious damage, so I should imagine it's just it will be probably this gear here, or sprocket, whatever you want to call it. Call it a gear, and pretty much that seems to be seized on the shaft. So I'm just going to take it to bits, clean it all, lubricate it, and see how it goes. So then we've got the other half of the unit, the rotation azimuth part of the unit, 2 parts, and that's always been pretty reliable. As for this, well, I've had it in bits quite a few times, to be fair, over the last 20 years. We've changed the 500k pot, which is connected to a plastic gear down the bottom somewhere, which sends a signal back to the control unit telling you where your position is elevation wise. So I've changed that. I think I've done that at least 3 times since I've run this thing. We've got it new, and yeah, they're okay. They do absorb a bit of moisture. There was a little bit of moisture on the centre shaft when I opened it up, but other than that, every few years you just got to strip them and lubricate them and check everything's good. So I'm going to just strip these gears down right now and see what we can do. But I think I'll have to have a quick brew first before we crack on with anything. Coffee time! Right, so this is the stripped rotator gearbox, or elevator gearbox. And the crack is here, pretty much. It's driven by a set of gears. This one goes on top, and this one kind of links into there like that. So what we've got free running gears on a shaft, and these were all seized. So I've managed to free that one off straight away. Obviously, that one's nice and free, and that'll drop into that housing there. I'll link that one up as I drop them back in like so. So the main concern was this one. So this was solid. It's done it before, so it's happened probably about 8 years ago, and now you can see I've managed to free that. So that wasn't moving up the shaft. So there needs to be a bit of movement there, because that's the brake system of this rotator, and as you can see I've freed that one off. So we've just got to clean all this up now, lubricate it, assemble it, put the motor back on. The motor housing has a little plate which has got 3 bolts which bolt onto there. That sits on top above the gearbox, and then the motor there then clamps on top of there, and then the cases are back together. That's the dog joining in, telling me to get back on the DX. So this is going to get cleaned, this is going to get reassembled, going to lubricate the bearings, give it a general wipe up, and then it's back to the antenna installation once again, which I want to actually clean them up as well, check all the connections, so it's all in good fun. So the RP90's worked, penetrating oil. Got the gear assembly out in my hand, so you can see now all the gears are all free running, and it's working pretty nice once it's all meshed together. It's not too easy with it in my hand, but you can basically see how if I turn that gear, we've got the, I'll just show you from that position, we've got the mesh, and we can get the gears to turn nice and freely. So that will turn those, and then as you can see the bottom one is making a slow turn. Connects to the worm drive in the bottom there, straight onto it, and that's going to locate back into the housing like that. So slight little bit of grease to these shafts, which connect all these separate gears, which all separate now. They were all completely stuck together, so job done. Just reassemble and good to go. So just testing it out now as we have it all built back up. It's actually a little bit quieter than previously. It was quite noisy. So they are fairly noisy, these azimuth units. But as you can see, it's working nicely. So we've got the 90 degrees set up now, ready for rebuilding this system back up. Excellent. So as we've come to the end of the story today, we've managed to get everything back into position. All that's left now is to see if it all works and make sure the antenna connections are all good. Catch you on the satellites, fingers crossed, from M0YKS. So yeah, it's looking good. Obviously the azimuth was fine, but we've got the elevation kicking in now. Once again, and the gearbox is definitely a lot quieter since I've lubricated all the gears. So that's a nice successful result on the YAESU G-5500 azimuth elevation rotation system. Hopefully it'll last me a few more years now again before I need to strip it, but we never know. So yeah, we're up at 90 degrees as planned, and probably about 85, so maybe a little bit of adjustment on the calibration to finish things off. Thanks for watching the video. You've been watching M0YKS in action. Mike 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra, IO 93.
Number 5 Kilo Alpha Bravo, 2 Mike 0, Sugar Queen Lima. Sierra Papa 7, Golf Tango Alpha. Sugar Papa 9 Kilo Alpha Bravo, Little Golf Mexico 0, Italy Charlie Fox, over.
So yeah, we've got SL50 coming in. Straight on it. Mike 0. Mike 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra. I did hear myself in there. So yeah, good result. Catch you next time.